statement from Wes Miller, followed by questions for Coach Miller and Dan Skillings.
Well, first off, I just want to tip my cap to Baylor and Scott's team. I've always admired Scott from a distance. Just not just what he's done recently, but if you just look at what he's done here at Baylor over a long period of time. He's one of the guys in college basketball you look up to as a young coach and go, that's how you do it. And he's built something over time that's sustainable. And I've never competed against him in any way or been in a game. So preparing for this one, I got to dive into it a lot more. And he's got a heck of a basketball club. They're sound. They make you defend them. They run great stuff. Their players play with confidence. Congrats to them. They're a heck of a team. I'm certainly disappointed about the result. We've just now lost 2 one-possession games in 3 or 4 days, and that's frustrating. And we're going to feel like we had our chances to win both of them. But we're in a league right now. We're in the best league in college basketball. And we don't have the ability to put our heads down or feel sorry for ourselves. We got to get ready to play Tuesday night. We got to learn from this one, and there's some positive things we can take. I thought our fight was excellent. I loved how we just kind of stuck with it. And then there's some things that we could have done better, and it isn't a missed layup or a missed 3 on the last possession, right? There's some things, whether it's a box out or whether it's transition defense or some execution or zone offense, there's some things that we could do better. We got to learn from that, and we have a chance to get back to work. But we got a big-time team in TCU coming in Tuesday night. We got to turn the page quick, learn, and get ready to play, and that's what this league is. I'm new to it, but I've learned quickly you can't dwell. And so that's kind of where my focus is, even though we just finished a game. But Dan Skillings was excellent tonight. It's always been there. He's been working at it consistently in practice, so it was great to see him kind of find his way in a Big 12 game. He's done that in some non-conference games, or he did that in a non-conference game right before Christmas, but to see him do that in a Big 12 game was a big step. So some things I was pleased with. I was pleased we had our chances at the end, but just one possession better is what we got to be focused on right now.
After you got the timeout and then the play got to Seamus and he missed the 3, was that the shot you were after there?
I don't think that was out of the timeout, Scott. I thought the timeout, we ran the ISO for Dan on the right elbow, and they went to review it. They went to review it at the monitor, and we got a chance to huddle up. And yeah, we designed a play to get Dan a look on the backside, and actually thought he might have had a chance at it, and not that Day didn't make the right read, because there's no reason to try to thread the needle, because we had a design to bring Seamus off the other. So there was 2 options on the play. It was Dan on the backside for a cut, and thought he had a slight advantage, and then it was Seamus coming around. And I have to look at it on tape because I'm across the floor, but it looked like he got a really, really clean look in the corner from 3 and just hit the back of the rim. So listen, in the last 25 seconds, if you get a shot at the rim at 1 foot and an open 3 in the corner for your best 3-point shooter that's eligible or that's healthy right now, I got no problem with our execution at the end of the game.
Coach knows he's tonight. Any update on him or his status as far as his injury?
I know that there was and I'm not holding back. He had a medical. Did something medically the last couple days to try to help his back that kept him from being able to play tonight. And I'm not qualified to speak on the specifics of it, so I'm not going to try. But he was not cleared by our medical team to play. We'll reevaluate the next couple days as we get back home. I know he feels better. Like he's said that to me multiple times in the last 24 hours. So I'm hoping that we'll get him back real soon.
Coach, Jacoby Walter went scoreless for about 25 minutes, but then he finished with 14. I guess it's pretty difficult to keep a guy down who's that talented.
It was a big key to defending them. Looking at their team and the success. I mean, they're like coming into the game the 3rd-ranked offensive efficiency team in college basketball. So you're not stopping them in every way, but you look at anybody who's had success defending him to the three-point line is a massive key. And usually I don't like to give that kind of stuff away, but anybody playing them is going to know that. I thought John Newman was terrific on him. Just terrific. And again, I could go down and say some positive stuff about a lot of our guys, but I thought John Newman was terrific on him. And then we made some errors getting through some screens, later in the game and gave him some good looks, and then made an error there fouling him about 4 or 5 feet. I thought we did a nice job a couple times of making it go through our chest, and he banks one in over Seamoss. We had a really silly one in a similar situation 2 or 3 minutes before that. But, he's a good player and a great scorer. So, but to hold him under his average was something that was important coming into the game.
Are you happy about the defense? The 62 was their lowest of the year. 59 was your lowest, and then they were hitting 43% of their threes. They're held to 25 tonight.
I mean, I'm not happy with anything. Not to be picky on you, Scott. I'm not happy because we lost the game, but our team is taking steps defensively over the last 10, 12 days. If we continue to do that, this team is going to be fine, but we got to continue to do it. So we're getting better defensively. If you want me to be honest, I'm pissed that we missed some weak side box outs. That's the thing that's just in my mind in every way. I mean, we missed a bunch of weak side box outs. Seamoss missed a bunch. Dan misses a big one late. We missed some weak side box outs. So I'm pissed about that part of our defense, but we are getting better defensively because we've been working with intention in practice, and if we continue to do that, that'll be good for us.
Dan, 17 second-half points. What were you seeing from the Baylor defense that allowed you to get going?
Repeat that again?
17 points in the second half. What were you seeing from the Baylor defense that really allowed you to get going?
I was just moving it with my team and trusting that we all make the right plays at the right times and be playing aggressive.
Can you talk about the last layup? I mean, most of the second half, it seemed like you weren't going to be denied. You seemed awfully determined to get them back in the game. 59-50, you scored about 7 straight points, and then you had a chance there at the game winner. So just talk about what you were thinking toward the end of the game, just the way you were playing.
I was feeling good. Our team was playing together. We were playing tough. We were playing strong. And when we all do that, when we all crash the board and play defense and work together and try to get stops together, everybody gets together and we all go hard together when that happens, when we all bring it in as a team.
Coach, it seemed like Vic and Jamil kind of struggled tonight to get going. Jamil didn't score, I think, the final 30 minutes of the game. Was that something Baylor was doing or just an off night for those two?
Well, I thought early they were pretty good. I thought that they were pretty good there early, both of them, and I thought we were really good scoring the ball when we had them both in together early. We were able to get post catches to both of them there for a segment, and we were trying to continue to do that in the second half. Vic's foul trouble was a problem. That's why that technical hurt us so much. There's things we got to learn from. That's one of them. Vic was just going to take the ball out of bounds, and somebody steps in front of him and kind of stirs it up, but Vic is too valuable to our team. He can't get them. I'm not pleased about it, but he can't get that. That can't happen because that keeps us from playing in more minutes in the first half. And then I thought we managed the foul trouble pretty well in the second half, but that fouling out's a big deal for him. So, no, I thought Jamil and I thought Vic had some good moments offensively there in the second half. And I thought Jamil got the ball in some places that he's going to be really successful. We've already seen that in some games, and we'll get back to work in the gym with them. But they both had some good moments early in the game offensively.